That day, I was just trying to return a wallet. Instead, I became someone else. Hi, I'm Aria, and 3 weeks ago, I was broke, exhausted, and working 2 part-time jobs just to survive college. Then I found the wallet. It was black leather, heavy, stuffed with cash and an ID card. The photo in it made my heart skip because the girl in the picture looked exactly like me. Same eyes, same nose, same small scar near the eyebrow. Her name was Alara Vaughn, daughter of tech billionaire Victor Vaughn. Wow, even rich people have twins somewhere, I said to myself. I should have dropped it at the police station, but I didn't. Not because I wanted to keep it for myself, but because I was curious to know why we looked so much alike. And that was a very big mistake. I went to bed that night with the wallet by my side, hoping to start digging the next morning. That little action turned my life upside down. The next morning, a black car was parked outside my apartment. 2 men in suits stepped out. "Miss Vaughn," one of them said. "I think you have the wrong person," I responded, but they didn't look convinced. Instead, they showed me a photo of me walking into my building while holding the wallet. "You've been missing for 2 weeks." My blood ran cold. "I'm not Alara." They exchanged a look that said, "We didn't expect you to say you are." You know, the type of look you give someone who is very drunk but insists she has not had a single drink in a while. "Miss Vaughn, your father is very worried," they said, and before I could argue, they gently but firmly escorted me into the car. I should have screamed, but something inside me was curious, because why would a billionaire's daughter look exactly like me? After a drive that felt like forever, we arrived. The mansion was unreal, with gates taller than my apartment building, marble floors, crystal chandeliers, and lots more. I was in awe. And then I saw him, Victor Vaughn. He was in a sharp suit and he had cold eyes. He walked toward me slowly, and for a moment, something flickered in his expression. Shock, then relief. "Alara." He hugged me. I was so speechless that I froze. He smelled like expensive cologne and regret. "I'm not your daughter," I whispered. He pulled back. His eyes hardened. "Yes, you are." I was confused. Then I later got to know that he didn't think I was Alara. He needed me to be. Later that night, I overheard something I wasn't supposed to. Voices behind his office door. "The real Alara is still missing. We can't let the media find out. The shareholders will panic." Everywhere went silent as if waiting for someone to respond. Then Victor's voice. "She looks identical. We'll buy time." My hands started shaking. Buy time? Using me? The next morning, a stylist walked into my room. "You have a charity gala tonight," she said. "What?" I responded in shock. "You'll be giving a speech," she responded sharply. I don't even know what to say. Instead of responding, she just smiled coldly. "You'll learn." She trained me all day. Ilara's posture, her voice, her handwriting. They even showed me childhood videos. And the more I watched, the more confused I became. Because in one video, Alara had a birthmark behind her left ear. I ran to the mirror, slowly lifted my hair, and my knees nearly gave out. I had the same birthmark. Fast forward to night at the gala, cameras flashed everywhere. "Miss Vaughn, where have you been?" a bright-looking woman asked. I forced a smile. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I'd faint. Then I saw him, a guy about my age, dark suit, intense eyes. He was staring at me like I was a ghost. After my speech, he cornered me near the balcony. "Who are you?" he whispered. I... I stuttered while thinking of what to say. "You're not acting like her." His voice cracked. "Because I'm not." He froze. "What?" "My name is Arya. I think your Ilara is missing." He went pale. I knew it. He grabbed my wrist gently. "They told me she was recovering, but she would never ignore my calls." "Who are you?" I asked. "Her fiancé." My stomach dropped. Fiancé? Then he got called away by a group of wealthy-looking people. I felt alone, and that was when the fireworks started outside. Everyone turned to watch, and in that moment, someone grabbed me from behind, forced a cloth over my mouth, everything went dark, and then I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I wasn't in the mansion. I was in a warehouse, tied to a chair, and across from me was a girl. She looked exactly like me, but her eyes were furious. "So," she said coldly, "you're the replacement." My heart stopped. "You're Ilara," I said. She tilted her head in a creepy manner and said, "Congratulations, you figured it out. Why does your father think you're missing?" She laughed bitterly. "Because I ran." "What?" I said in shock. "He controls everything. My life, my engagement, my future, everything." Then suddenly footsteps echoed. The warehouse door opened. Victor Vaughn walked in. Slow, calm, powerful. He looked at both of us. No surprise on his face. "Now this is inconvenient," he said with a tired face. Turns out, he knew exactly where Ilara was. He let her disappear because a scandal would drop his company's stock. And I was insurance, a backup daughter. Victor Vaughn wasn't confused. He wasn't mistaken. He wasn't desperate and prepared. He walked toward us slowly, his shoes echoing against the warehouse floor. "Ilara," he said calmly. She rolled her eyes. "Don't." Then he looked at me, and for a split second, something flickered. Not shock, not guilt, but recognition. "You," he said quietly, almost to himself. My chest tightened. "You know me?" I asked. He didn't answer. Instead, he nodded to the men behind him. They untied Ilara first, not me. That told me everything. She was still the real daughter. I was just the spare part. Back at the mansion, we were locked in his private study. No phones, no staff, just the three of us. Victor poured himself a drink like this was a business meeting. "Ilara ran away," he began. "She refused the engagement. The board was already nervous. If the media learned my daughter disappeared weeks before a merger..." "So you replaced me?" Ilara snapped. He ignored her. Then his eyes shifted to me again. "You were... unexpected." "Why do I look exactly like her?" I demanded. And there was silence. He took a slow sip. "Genetics can be... strange," he said. That was a lie. I felt it in my bones. Everywhere went silent after that, like a postponed meeting, and we were taken to different rooms. Later that night, Ilara snuck into my room. "I need to see something," she said. We locked the door. She pulled out an old photo album from her bag. "These are from when I was a baby. I couldn't sleep. I've been tossing and turning, wondering if Mom gave birth to twins," she whispered. We flipped through pictures of her mother holding her in hospital gowns, hoping to find a clue. Then she froze. "There," she handed me one. It was a hospital bracelet, Mother's name partially visible. Mother had me before she married Dad. I squinted. The last name wasn't Vaughn. It was the same last name listed on my adoption papers. My stomach flipped. That's impossible, I breathed. My mom never talks about her pregnancy, Alara said quietly. She almost died during childbirth. That's all I know. My heart was racing so hard it hurt. I was adopted at 3 days old, I whispered. Closed adoption. No family history. Just a name. We stared at each other. We were not strangers. Were we twins? We couldn't sleep all night. The next day, though I was exhausted, I broke into Victor's office. I don't know what gave me the courage. Maybe anger, maybe fear, maybe the need to know who I was. His desk was locked, but I found the key inside a hollow book. Inside the drawer was a file. My name wasn't on it, but the date of I and Alasa's birth was. Same hospital, same night. 2 birth records. One marked confidential. My birth mother's name was on it. Different first name, but same last name. My hands started shaking. Sister? Sister. Victor had slept with his wife's younger sister. Probably drunk. Probably a mistake. She got pregnant. And instead of destroying his engagement and reputation publicly, they buried it. The sister gave me up quietly. I wasn't switched at birth. I wasn't stolen. I was erased. Realizing this, I stormed into the study. Alara followed. Victor looked up slowly as Ah flashed the file in his face. You lied, I said. He didn't deny it. She was young, he said calmly. It would have ruined everything. You ruined me instead. His jaw tightened. You were provided for. I was adopted by strangers, I snapped. You were safe. Alara stepped forward and said, So you let me grow up with my own half-sister out there struggling? Half-sister. The word hung heavy. Victor finally looked tired. For one night of stupidity, I spent 20 years protecting this family. You protected your reputation, I snapped and broke down in tears. Alara's mother doesn't know. She still doesn't know. She thinks her sister just moved abroad years ago. She never knew about the pregnancy. She never knew about me. And now, Victor needs both of us, because the merger is still happening. The media already photographed Alara at the gala. If this explodes, his empire collapses. So he made us an offer. Stay quiet, both of us. He'll fund my education, give Alara freedom from the engagement, rewrite the future. All we have to do is pretend we're not sisters. Alara looked at me. I looked at her. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't alone. But the question wasn't whether we'd expose him. The question was, do we destroy a billionaire? Or do we destroy each other?